I have no problem sitting in the court of law, doing my due diligence and testifying on stuff that I already spoke of on the internet. When I talked about him, Kim, and she had to cut his wrist to get him off of him, I would tell what I saw when I went to the hospital. I have no problem. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody think.
Yep, once again, we have Gene Deal spilling more tea about Diddy, and this time he has said that he is willing to take the stand. Baby, at this point, they better just lock up Diddy, because the number of people who are saying they are willing to take the stand and testify is growing every single day. The feds are also rounding up more people to build a case, and Jay-Z reportedly wants to flee the country because he knows he is next. I know, y'all, there's a lot of things happening at the same time, but stick with me. This is gonna be good. And guess what? There have even been reports that Diddy is actually a paid snitch for the feds.
They'll let you do crimes long as you don't do no stuff like that. They'll let you go around and pay you.
Okay, if there's one person who has been exposing the hell out of Diddy, even before the lawsuit started making rounds, it's his former bodyguard, Gene Deal. Just the other day, he was talking about the things Usher had to go through down at the Diddy Flavor camp.
I know, and people know, that was around in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital.
And now he's talking about Diddy being a paid snitch and how he's ready to take the stand and testify against Diddy. You know, Gene actually said that people have been reaching out to him in every way, saying that he is trying to purposefully drag Diddy's name through the mud. But he feels he has more than enough proof to make a compelling case. So during a sit down with the Art of Dialogue, where he's been doing most of the spilling, Gene said that he believes Cassie will testify if she's subpoenaed after she sued Diddy in her disturbing lawsuit that sparked a series of claims about him. And other than what happened to her, we know that Cassie has got a lot to say about other people, including Kim Porter, who Gene has been very vocal about. I mean, we already know, thanks to Jaguar Wright, that Cassie had a conversation with Kim Porter, who warned her about Diddy before she died.
I will advocate for you. Because, see, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know that you and Kim Porter had a sit down right before she left us.
It's been said that Cassie actually found out what happened to Kim, and she not only kept quiet about it, but Diddy reportedly forced her to hide the details, even though when Kim was alive, she did try her best to keep Cassie safe.
And I know Kim had some very good advice to give you, and I believe that this is why things are happening as they're happening now. Kim was smart, wasn't she, Cassie? Kept you alive and kept you safe. I will advocate for you.
So it makes sense that Gene believes that Cassie would testify. Now, Gene Deal also added that he's willing to take the stand himself if authorities want to ask him about Diddy's relationship with Kim.
Even if they call me about with Kim. They say, yo, Gene, did you see him beat Kim? I said, on that particular case, no. Have I seen him rough Kim up and use the pillow? He liked to play fight and be hurting the girls while he play fight. Have I seen him do that? Yeah, I've seen him done that.
Yo, it's not gonna be just him on the stand, because reportedly, the feds have already talked to a bunch of people. It's already been reported that the feds got eyes on Diddy in Miami, and they are talking to witness after witness, and they're corroborating everything they can. And everything past and present is on the table with Diddy right now. They actually issued a couple of subpoenas already, and sources are claiming that Jay-Z and Beyonce have been summoned. Child, when it comes to Jay-Z, we've already seen how he has been distancing himself because because he doesn't want any further association with Diddy. But that hasn't stopped the feds from allegedly summoning him as well. Clearly, he's one of the people who knows everything there is to know about Diddy, because photos of them hanging out go all the way back to the 90s. In fact, the entire family is at risk because Queen Bey has allegedly also received a subpoena because just like her husband, she also features a bit in the cases. Remember when it was revealed that Cassie's lawsuit was initially 60 pages, but it was narrowed down to 35 pages? Well, what they edited out was worse than what was left in the lawsuit. And apparently, in the lawsuit, Cassie also implicated Jay-Z and Beyonce by talking about something that went down at one of Diddy's parties. One close source to the case spilled on that info, saying, "I want to put you on notice about some more info that is coming out from the original 60-page lawsuit that Cassie and her lawyers initially filed against Diddy." So it's been said that Jay-Z and Beyonce were implicated in the lawsuit for witnessing Diddy strike her and push her down at one of Diddy's parties. The location, time, and date of this occurrence was not given due to other privacy issues and other concerns regarding this matter. After Diddy roughed her up, Cassie reportedly fled upstairs and locked herself in one of the bedrooms, and Diddy's security tracked her down, and Cassie took 30 minutes or more to get herself together. Then once Cassie was on her way returning to the party, Beyonce and Jessica Alba were waiting in the foyer of the house to check on her. The source said Cassie said that Beyonce was visibly upset, and as Diddy and Jay were walking towards them, Beyonce screamed at Diddy, telling him that what he did was highly offensive and unacceptable. Reportedly, Beyonce was also super mad at Jay, and she asked him why he was comforting Diddy instead of checking him, and she reportedly even told Jay that she was starting to lose respect for him. After that incident, Beyonce, Cassie, Jessica, and about 20 to 25 people left the party after witnessing what happened or hearing about it. The source also said that Cassie left with Jessica and her people because she knew if she left with Beyonce, Diddy would track her down because of the connections he had with Jay-Z. Now, I also can't verify this myself, but I came across threads suggesting that Kim told Beyonce about the book she was writing on her life and Diddy's life. She probably mentioned it in passing because of how much they hung around with Diddy and Jay-Z, but not because they were pretty close. Reportedly, Beyonce told Jay-Z about it, and that's how Diddy found out about the book situation and put the clamps on it before it went any further. Like I said, the Carters know a lot about what's happening, but I've also heard reports saying that Jay-Z has every intention of escaping because he knows that whatever will come out against him is nasty, probably even worse than what has already been exposed about Diddy. I've done a few videos about the things Jay-Z has done over the years, so be sure to check those out to get the gist of it all. Anyway, I also mentioned earlier on that Diddy has probably been a paid snitch, which would explain why everyone around him seems to be getting detained except him. His sons were detained when the raids were going on. His mule was also arrested, and 2 of his assistants were also brought in for questioning. So how is it that all these people were questioned except the main character? Baby, it's either the feds are hoping to get bigger fish like people have been suggesting, or the bigger fish are getting protected. I mean, Suge Knight definitely believes something bigger is going on, and there are people being protected, as he tweeted referencing Clive Davis and Jeffrey Epstein. People, the raids today wasn't for Diddy. It was to destroy the incriminating stuff on powerful men. Hashtag Epstein, hashtag Diddy, hashtag Clive Davis. We had Candace Owens also saying that she believes the bigger fish are being protected, as she said the feds are currently raiding Diddy's house. They already knew what he was up to, but he is going to be the fall guy so they can protect the people at the top of the ring. They are raiding his home to hide evidence, not to find it. That's how this works. Also, based on what Gene said, when it comes to millionaires like Diddy, it's not usually about them getting paid, because the feds actually pay their informants very little money. When it comes to people like Diddy, it's about the protection he gets from law enforcement. So the question here is Diddy still getting protection from the feds? Are they just playing in our faces to throw us off? Child, this entire case is just a roller coaster. But let me know what you think is really going on here. And while at it, drop your thoughts on Jay-Z apparently planning to escape in the comment section below.